Then.
Oh, you're gonna get it then.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going. Aren't going to.
No, I just thought you meant, are you streaming now? But now we're streaming.
Hi.
Welcome back to a midweek review. We're gonna...
Sorry, there's something in my teeth.
Last Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on Sunday we went to see Sinners, the new Ryan Coogler film.
Cooler?
Coolidger?
Coolidger?
Yeah.
Coolidger?
Believe the hype. It's gonna be
It's
the
class.
short summary. So now we're gonna do a review. So we've got 3 cameras set up as usual, but the main cam has to reset every... Oh, can you time that?
Oh, yeah.
Every 11 minutes or so. So if you get involved in the chat, every 11 minutes we'll read your comments. So I'm just gonna pop this over here beside the main camera, and then we are a go.
Have you got to open this?
Okay.
Do we like the sneaks?
I need a new pair. Right. Gonna pin that into the chat.
Oh, you can just see the bottom. I'm gonna have to do this. Do you like the new sneaks?
So now Aaron Singleton.
Yes.
You nearly ready?
To be the rock, paper, scissors champion. Does that start again?
Someone try to call me.
Oh, who?
Joe. Talk to Joe.
Well, while y'all wait, I tried parallel park. This isn't
Take one.
This isn't to say that women are bad drivers, but I was parallel parking last night. We were coming back from a gig, and I cracked my back light while I was reverse parking. I crunched it into a bollard.
A bollard.
So that's the news for me.
That's our update.
Yeah.
So, Aaron Singleton,
Hi.
welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm joined on the couch by... Oh, I didn't prepare it right. The 2025 Women's Parallel Parking Champion, Aaron Singleton.
Yeah. And on the couch, I'm joined by Vigo Gobbler 5000. Louis DC. I've been it.
Yeah, it's actually going to take... That's on.
If anyone, new fun fact about Louis, because we gave a fun fact about ourselves last week.
Hey, that's
Louis is a vegan, so he can't eat normal chocolate bars.
I'm vegan. I can't. I'm gonna have to do that again because I didn't have the audio on that
Is
one.
that product placement? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, we're not having it yet. And I don't think we've offended the vegan community to so much so that they wouldn't want to be associated
Well.
with us. One day.
One day Vigo will sponsor us, please.
So, happy Wednesday, even though it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, take 2. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. So, welcome back to the channel, to the people at home. Oh, I'm just rambling already. It's too early for this.
Louis likes to be mentally exhausted during the week and then do it at the weekend.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can think it's clear.
But, yeah, have a nice lay on.
Basically, we went to see Sinners at the weekend.
I'm joined on the couch today by the 2025 Women's Parallel Parking Champion, Aaron Singleton.
And I'm joined on the couch today by Vigo Gobbler 5000, Louis DC.
And today, we are reviewing Sinners. Oh, that was nice.
I know, yeah.
Happy with that one.
Ah.
So, should we just get straight into the first segment of our show?
We good?
Yeah. So, Aaron is still 3 times out of 3 out of 3 champion. Can you do it with your left hand? It'll look better. Maybe that's... You have to think about it more.
Strategy.
It's like giving yourself a stranger.
Plot in 60 seconds. Rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Or to decide.
Who is... Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's 4 in a row.
Yeah, because do you want me to hear my secret? You always go scissors first.
Alright, go again. I do always go But scissors always wins.
No.
Right.
And then let me guess. Had you won that one, for how we drawn. Next, you would have gone paper.
I don't know
I
myself.
work it in my head that I know like what everyone's next steps are.
I don't know myself that well.
Because I went for rock. So you're thinking, oh, she might go rock again, so I'm gonna go paper. So then you go paper, but then I would actually have gone scissors for the next one. And then you were gonna go, oh my gosh, she did scissors. So maybe next time she'll go, and I did paper, but maybe next time she'll do scissors because I did paper. So then you'll go for rock, but then I would have gone for paper. That's usually my thinking.
Wrong. No, that's
So-
not what I would do.
Always be 5 steps ahead of your opponent. Anyway.
Why? Are you 5 steps ahead?
No.
wonder you're so anxious.
I'm never 5 steps ahead for anything. I'm 5 thoughts ahead, but not 5 steps.
So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Interessant. Ready whenever you are.
Back in the 1930s, 2 brothers returned to a plantation town where their family live to show them the spoils of the world that they have come across, i.e. the nightlife, the drink, the women, the parties, etc. So they decided to set up a juke joint in their hometown for all the people that work on the plantations and stuff to go to. But you can already tell, like, as they're setting up their business, that there's some bad things afoot. They may have not left all their business behind them coming home. They set up the juke joint. It's in basically a warehouse, and they're getting everything together, which is really good. But then someone's like, bad news follows you guys around, blah 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 blah, and all this sort of thing. And as they're going, we also see a story of like
10 seconds.
people that are going around and they seem to be not who they are, and then they show up at the juke joint and all hell breaks loose. And that's all I'm gonna let you know, because it's in the
That's all you're going to divulge.
yeah, see, it's in the cinema at the minute, so I don't know how much we're giving away.
Well,
Also, this is the point where we're doing 60 seconds. I didn't give any spoilers, but from now on, there could be spoilers. Put spoiler over my head.
yeah.
So if you don't want to know what happens in Sinners, it's only in the cinema.
I think if we're about to reveal a spoiler, or if it's going that way, we'll be like, alright, this is going to spoil it, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, we've been warned.
Yeah.
Don't put hate on the comments.
Trigger warning.
Yeah.
Triggered.
Right, you give yourself 10 seconds because I can't work in the
You just tell me when to go.
Will you give them a little song while we're waiting?
Da 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 da. Hey Jude.
Go!
Michael B. Jordan plays 2 twins, well, one set of twins, a pair of twins,
Yeah.
that are returning from Chicago after earning a fortune, and they want to set up a juke joint in their local establishment to give back to the people of the plantations, a place that they can call their own. They buy it off a racist and possible card-carrying clan member. And then they split up and they go on their journey, accumulating a casting crew to open this shindig. Meanwhile, Jack O'Connell is
3 seconds.
he's a demon on the run, on the prowl, and I did a really bad job of this. It's just the opening night of a juke joint in
And they cross paths.
and they cross paths.
You've 10
Cue
seconds.
madness.
You've 10 seconds left.
I don't need to. 5, 4, and it's really entertaining and really fun.
Sexy, actually, too.
Who's sexy?
They're all sexy.
All of them.
Everyone. Vampires are sexy.
What?
Well, that's in the thing. That's not a spoiler.
You said it like said something off colour. Vampires are sexy.
They are.
I think you may have won this.
I think I did.
You won the rock, paper, scissors.
I try not too hard. I think you tried too hard.
I was going so well.
Uh,
So then, Aaron Singleton, further breakdown of the plot.
yeah. See, I think you're better at breaking down the plot. I'm better at doing the plot in 60 seconds.
Yes.
Oh.
Go on.
No. I'd seen loads about this before we went to see the film. I'd
Yeah.
seen loads about Twitter, on TikTok.
X.
I don't do Twitter or X, whatever it's called. Don't cancel me. I seen loads on TikTok, so I kind of knew what to expect going in.
Yeah.
But still didn't prepare me for how good it was.
Now, see, all I heard was it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So then I tried to avoid as much as I could.
Yeah.
I did
You didn't actively seek out anything either.
or if there was anything that came up in my timeline, I was like, no, I don't want to.
See.
I wanted to go in. I also didn't want to go in with too high hopes, because then I find that it can be
disappointing.
Yeah, exactly. If you're expecting, like, could end up with a Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
But what I really enjoyed, I'm gonna have to tiptoe around this one as well. Like, it was kind of the social justice element of it, that it's all predominantly black cast, and then all the lead roles behind the scenes were all black as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when that happened with Moonlight,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing, like, they were saying black people need to be taken seriously and we need to be glorified. But then I find when they do that, the theme of the movie is drug dealers, where I think you're putting down, if this is, you're saying you're putting your best foot forward, but then, and now look, I know it's easy for me to say, but it's talk about what you know, write about what you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I found like this was a really positive thing. They were trying to make something good for their own people, a place where we could go and we can put our own money back into our own pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoyed that element of it, and I really think it was like a glorification of black entrepreneurship.
3 seconds on the camera.
I think it covered what I wanted to say.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're just gonna check if there's anyone in the comments. Oh,
we're watching. Ooh.
Casting couch. No, it's not. Definitely not what I was expecting. Good night. My sweater.
What's casting couch?
I'll show you later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, lovely nails and rings.
Thanks, Eric Markison. I appreciate that.
You can plug to this one.
Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that. This is things I know. I like when people put in things about that I can actually
talk about.
So hold on. We have Jeffrey Newburn. Oh my god, is this casting couch? And then said definitely not what I was expecting. Good night. Okay, I don't really know what that means. And Neve Phipps said hi. Hello, Neve. How are you? That's an Irish name if I ever saw one. So where are you watching from?
Yeah.
Matthew, I like your sweater. If it's Louis' one, it is a 5 lamps one. If it's my one, this is from the website that you shouldn't be buying off.
Never mind. So they're not the one I got in Burning Man, no?
No.
That chapter.
Oh, loads. Lovely nails and rings. I'm attracted to your attention to your nails and rings. Thank you, Eric.
Did you tell him about
my nails? I haven't gone through it yet. So my nails are blue and shy. I have to paint them.
Rubbish.
These rings are 2 separate ones, even though I wear them as one. I don't know if you can see into the camera.
That's the phone.
So can you see here?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are 2 separate ones. These and this one as well are from a man in Carlow. He is an old man that...
Oh, Black Bog Silver.
Black Bog Silver. That's the plug. He makes them himself. And then I got this one in...
Which one?
Santorini, just off a man, I think on a stall. Now these ones have the gems in them. I have 4 of them. Little pinky one. These 2 separate ones. And this one, my friend Saoirse Dempsey on Instagram makes them. She's great, and they all mean different things.
Has
and they all give you different
page?
She doesn't, she just has that page for hers.
Okay.
And
Just
then these 2 little gold ones that sit into each other are Pandora ones. So yeah. Oh, crumbs. So there are my nails and my rings. And Austin Hendrick on the whole preparation H feels good. It does.
Yeah.
If you've ever had piles.
What?
Preparation H.
What's that?
It's for piles.
Oh, right.
So you put on your arse. So on the whole.
You've had piles of piles.
I've had piles before. It's
So-
a natural thing. Anyway, let's go back. Thank you for your comments. If you have any
Subscribe.
yeah, subscribe, like, if any if you want us to watch our and do that and let us know.
Stop looking at yourself.
I'm looking at the comments, I'm trying to read them, like other people are watching.
And then
So back to what
if anyone
Sinners.
has any questions about Sinners or any comments about Sinners or any comments about us so far,
Have you seen it? Did
Yeah.
you like it? Have you not seen it? Are you looking forward to seeing it? What do you think of Michael B. Jordan? I personally think he is gorgeous.
Bare stuff. Right. Can you start that again, please?
Yeah. So yeah, you were saying about the production behind it and stuff.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah. I like
Hold
it
on.
too.
Take 2.
I like it too, and I liked the fact that it was nice as well to see that the villain was, and I know, like, and again, I probably have to tiptoe around this as well. Most of the time, the villain is white, but it's not as black and white. Not being, no pun intended there. Do you know what I mean? Usually, there's like a group of people and whatever, and like usually it's like about like that when in that sort of time when it's set as well. Usually, it's like, oh, it's the plantation, so it's the plantation man, that's the white man, and he's the villain.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the black people. Whereas this was completely like it was set in that time, but had nothing really to do with that. It did have stuff to do with that story, but it wasn't the main focus of that story.
Yeah.
Is what I liked.
But as well, like what you kind of mentioned on them, I think when Jack O'Connell, this is a bit of a spoiler.
Spoiler.
When he had, so can we say that the in the
this
trailer?
is why we said spoilers.
No, but it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Jack O'Connell's the vampire.
Yeah.
And he wants to go into the gin joint.
Mhm.
But obviously he can't just walk in because he's a vampire. He has to be invited in.
Mhm.
So then he's kind of trying to finagle the language, so he gets invited in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "No, this isn't for your kind."
Mhm.
It was kind of flipped it on its head.
Yeah.
Put the hat on the other finger.
Yeah.
But then, after it comes out that he is the vampire when he comes back.
And he also called him out on that though as well. He was like, "Oh, is it because of the?"
Yeah.
And like made a point of being like, "Is it because I'm white?"
But then he
You
says
know?
that as well. He says that the Catholics came and took the land off his family.
Yeah.
So he says, "I'm as well. I can relate to the struggle."
Mhm.
But when he said as vampires, we just want everyone to be a vampire. We don't care about your race or creed,
Mhm.
and it is all about unity when we can achieve that on Earth. So there is, I think, a kind of a. Are they actually the bad guys? The vampires?
Mhm.
They're evil, but if everyone was a vampire, would everyone get along, or would they just die of starvation? But I think maybe we're thinking beyond the plot. But then as well, they had the hoorah with the clan.
Yeah.
At the end. So then, it was multi-layered.
Yeah, really multi-layered.
Different plots going on.
Yeah, and I've seen some stuff after the fact as well, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a spin on that now. I wouldn't have thought of, and
Like what?
you know, so someone was saying that like that spoiler, the last scene where he's talking to Sammy.
Yeah.
And he's like, Sammy's like, oh, before the sun went down, that was the most free, that was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And someone said, but it was that moment that they were the most free because at the end of the day, the lads had obviously
He said that.
come
innit?
away from Chicago, so
Yeah.
they were going to be screwed. They were going to be screwed with the vampires, or they said, well, the next day, they said those lads from the clan were going to show up and kill them anyway because they probably would have all still been there from being out the night before.
Ah.
So they said no matter what, they were never going to be free, bar for
never
those
gonna work
hours. It
out.
was never going to work out.
Yeah. And that was the best I wouldn't even. Was it a post-credit scene? Would you call it that?
They said it was 2 post-credit scenes.
I think there was something while the credits were on, and then the
Yeah.
credits stopped rolling, and then it
Yeah.
really tied the loose ends.
Yes.
And it was really nice. It was really nice instead of, like at the end of a Marvel movie where they just have something for the sake of having something, or there's like a little joke. This was like a little short in itself
Yeah.
to tie it all together.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really thoughtful and tied it all together, like I said, and it really made you reflect. And were the vampires bad? Are they bad? Because, it was that division between the two brothers. And
Yeah.
their standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really well measured, and
then that post-credit scene as well kind of made you go, well, obviously he made a deal with his brother,
yeah,
so obviously they have some form of control. You know, like he didn't break his promise.
Yeah, self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an agreement made and he stuck to it.
Yeah.
So we talk about the music.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
so
added so much to the. It didn't like. It wasn't a hindrance to. You know, sometimes I think, for example, The Great Gatsby. They made
I
that.
remember
And was it The Great Gatsby?
with DiCaprio.
And like some of the music was a bit.
It was Joel Schumacher. Oh, was there Beyonce and stuff?
Yeah, like it was just kind of upbeat. Like some of it I found was a hindrance. I'm like, fair enough, it wasn't of the time. And I'm like, they were trying to make it a bit. They're trying to make it obviously like that Moulin Rouge. They oomph some of that music.
Was that Joel Schumacher?
I don't know.
Or no, it was Baz Luhrmann.
But see, Baz Luhrmann did Moulin Rouge, and I think the music for Moulin Rouge is brilliant, and it's not a hindrance. Whereas I feel like in The Great Gatsby, it was a big hindrance.
Yeah, it was
to the film.
I just feel like he over stylizes everything.
And the same with the Elvis one. You know, sometimes the music was a hindrance, but in Sinners, even though some of the music like that, they were kind of saying like on, say, the Rocky Road to Dublin, not the Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like 808 beats, and then they had like traditional music, and then they kind of oomphed it up a bit, and I don't think it hindered it really at all.
No, I just think from the blues music to start, that was when he's playing the guitar in the car.
That's him singing.
The actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was and then Michael B. Jordan. Woo! We gonna make some money.
Yeah, and it was just really like you wanted to dance in the cinema, like it was just great.
When they collect the busker as well.
Yeah.
He was great. Like they were great musicians, but then the vampires listening to trap music.
Yeah, loved it. But then as well, it's all very, and this is something that I have seen after the fact as well, it's all very, like it's chosen all very well, like that, the whole thing of like picking the vampire to be Irish, like of all people they could have picked, they just made sure that it was of Irish descent, and like that song as well kind of shows, you know, the thought put into it as well.
Yeah, it was all very measured.
I know people were giving out, they were saying, oh sure, if you looked up Irish music, trad music, that's the first one you'd come across. But like, it's not. And like, obviously it also shows, like when you look at the lyrics of that song, it shows that like the struggles that Irish people had as well, so it kind of relates to...
Oh, resonates.
With the black characters as well, you know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, and like, I really think this is gonna be Irish music.
In America, anyway.
Yeah, I think I mean, outside of the Irish circles.
Yeah,
because it is
yeah.
massive there.
Yeah.
I think it is massive in Europe as well, in Germany and France.
Mm.
But I think this will just expose a whole new demographic of people to Irish music.
Yeah.
Like I said, this time next year, Beyonce and the Baron.
Yeah. Look at us making us all about us. But what I loved as well was when there was a scene in the juke joint and the fella got up to sing, and previous to that, was it Annie had said people have gifts for music, or someone had said people have gifts for music that can like bring back spirits of the past and of the future and all this and like that. It's nearly caught, but then it can call on the devil and it can call on like bad spirits and da. So which obviously, like we see that with Sammy at the beginning, his father tells him to not play music because he's going to summon the devil basically. So this is obviously like forewarning for what is going to happen.
What does he say? If you go out dancing with the devil one night, he just might follow you home. Yeah.
So that was kind of whatever, but then when he starts playing the song, what I loved was obviously they're all in the juke joint, there's people from the 30s all there, and then all of a sudden you see like kind of spirits and ancestors, so there's like people from African tribes that are all around dancing, and then like you see the Asian couple, like you see obviously their kind of ancestors in all the kind of garb dancing around, and then you see like people, and then the beats come in and stuff, so you see people from the future kind of coming in,
from
so
like the 80s.
Yeah, and it's just really good.
That didn't work for me.
The future bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They could have left off the future bit maybe.
Yeah.
I loved the beat. I think they couldn't have added in the beats and stuff though without adding in the visual maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the only one that fell a bit flat for me.
Okay.
That was like literally the only.
Yeah. I just like that song.
Yeah.
So maybe the visual didn't match up with.
Yeah, it
That.
was. It was great though.
Oh, it was so good. The songs, I love all the blues stuff. And like as you
Yeah,
said, the
the
Irish
blues.
stuff was really good. The fact they had like a real hub, but they had a few different little songs as well.
But like I was saying to you after as well, like obviously I have great appreciation for the blues music and I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think the Irish music has more of an effect on me.
Yeah.
And I have more of a connection to it.
That's because you grew up with that too, though, I think.
But I mean, it'd probably be akin to what Michael B. Jordan and all them characters would have felt with the blues music and their connection to it all.
Yeah.
Like Rocky Road to Dublin and Raglan Road and that totally makes the hair stand up in the back of my neck.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like when I was growing up, I probably would have listened to a lot more blues music. 'Cause my dad would have played guitar.
Yeah.
My dad would have played a bit of blues stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe that's why. I don't know. I still love Irish music. I love it all. I think it's all great. And someone was saying, I was looking at it again to be going back onto TikTok. Someone said if you actually go onto the Spotify soundtrack and go into like the information and you click into the songs, apparently
Go on.
you there's all like newspaper articles and stuff with each song, so like it reflects back to a time. So it says like there's newspaper essays like two men robbed Chicago distillery or something like that, and there's all articles to do with the film on the Spotify to do with the soundtrack and with each song.
Oh, well, I didn't know you could do stuff like that.
I didn't know either. It's all kind of coming up now.
They're just Spotify's gonna be the next social media.
Yeah, and then someone said, I don't know if it's for Rocky Road to Dublin, or one of the songs you click in and it comes up and it's like immigrant ship arrives in port, everyone on it dead. So like it's meant to kind of link back into that's how possibly Remick got over to America. A ship from Ireland came over.
Isn't that what happens in Dracula as well?
Yeah. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that's you're seeing all bits. So it's like yeah, it's interesting.
Right, I'm gonna stop this and we chat to the live viewers.
Hello, God, wow. Ebenezer Solomon. Haven't watched it, but can I ask something random? I think they're vampires talking about how their day went. Ebenezer, please ask your... I don't know, he's saying here.
Where?
Here, haven't watched it, but can I ask something random? Ebenezer, please do ask something random. I don't even know if you're watching it anymore.
Yeah. Go on.
Do. But then he also says, I think they're vampires talking about how their day went. We aren't vampires, DXR. We're just talking about, we went to see Sinners at the weekend. Sinners star Michael B. Jordan, Jack O'Connell, and really bad. Like, Hayley Steinfeld. Steinfeld.
Which one's Hayley Steinfeld? The witch?
She's the white passing girl.
Oh, the half cast.
Yeah.
Is that?
No.
What?
You can't say that.
Since when?
Since like forever. That's really derogatory.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Since when?
You'd say mixed race.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, you say mixed race.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want me to start this time again? We only answer questions every 11 minutes, so if you ask a question, you have
Read
to
the
wait
comment.
a few minutes until you answer it. So if we're talking, that's why. So
If you're watching along, please hit that subscribe
hit
button.
the subscribe button.
Right, don't start yet because I'll start these two cameras.
Rocky Road to Dublin.
On the key roll. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but I was hype as fuck.
Take 3.
I was hype as fuck watching that movie. The Rocky Road to Dublin was like, it was really good. But what was I saying? Yeah, so they were saying Spotify and there's little tidbits of information. So I must go look at that later.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and they're the twins. So Michael B. Jordan plays the Stack twins, who was having a good gawk in there. Michael B. Jordan plays the Stack twins who are infamous.
Around them pots.
Where is Mississippi?
I don't know.
I think it was Mississippi. Hold on, I have it up here. No, it was there.
Quick, you talk.
No, it doesn't look good when you're on your phone. Yeah, so they go back to their hometown, but they have a bit of reputation for being
brutal,
yeah, to say the best.
Yeah.
Their reputation precedes them wherever they go.
Yeah.
But
sparks fear into people's eyes.
what do you think of the... I'm undecided about the twins being played by Michael B. Jordan. Like, was it a gimmick? Was it necessary? Do you know what I mean? Like Legend, maybe there's Legend with the Grey Twins, like when Tom Hardy played the Grey Twins. That felt like two actors playing two different roles.
Okay. Whereas
Michael B. Jordan, like one was stronger, I think one was more emotional of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe one was the bit, one was stronger but had a temper, and the other was more the businessman and the camera head.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just didn't think it was really necessary.
Okay. But there was obviously a point to having twins in the story.
Yeah.
You wanted them to look somewhat like...
But it could have been brothers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something spooky.
But twins, it's like, you know, their bond and it's to do with...
Okay.
You know, probably stuff like that, I'd say. But I also don't feel like I was watching it going... Obviously I was looking going, that's two Michael B. Jordans. But I did also feel like he played two characters.
That's very fair. You knew
who was who.
Yeah, they were. You do.
He played two characters very
you
well.
You recognise them completely different.
And there was points I was just like, how did they work it? Because it didn't look fake.
Yeah.
He looked like he was talking to a different person. I was like
when he's handing himself the cigarette, I was like, looking at it, but like,
how would you shoot that?
Yeah, you'd be stood there holding the cigarette in your hand. I was trying to find the sleigh or the cut in the screen. Like it
was very well done.
Very well done. Seamlessly done. But I thought that was a clever ploy. That after their introduction, they're like, right, I'm going over here to do all this. You go over here to do all that. So then it wouldn't have been as challenging to do it all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they went on their own separate adventures. We get introduced to his ex-wife, baby mama.
It's not his ex-wife, I don't think.
Just baby mama.
Oh, maybe it is ex-wife.
Maybe not. No, no. Wait, which one are you talking
about? No.
The train station or the witch?
No, the witch.
Yeah, the witch. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that they...
But I think maybe
Yeah, they'd obviously been apart for a while.
Yeah, maybe I'd say probably left when that happened.
Yeah.
Back Aaron. Yeah, and then they just assemble a motley crew of fun-time characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also like that. It's good to see maybe some of the reasons like that why certain people may have left. Like that, the two brothers. So say like Michael B. Jordan, one brother goes to... Well, they first meet their cousin. Sorry, I'm going all over the shop with this.
Yeah, we're going...
Yeah. So, to start, the two Stack twins come back. That's not who we first meet. The beginning of the film starts at the end.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I didn't mind it. Did you not like it?
I knew he wasn't going to die.
Okay.
So, like, you know, there was a bit where you were stressing. I was like, but I know he's not going to die. And then I was like, oh, but maybe did they turn him into a vampire and he survived? And I was like, no, because he walked in the sunlight.
Fair.
So but look, it was a creative choice.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great movie overall. I'm not gonna like. It's easy to criticize from.
Like that, you're looking for stuff. I think you're looking for stuff to fault. Not you personally, but I think people are looking for stuff to fault because it was such a good film.
Yeah.
Do you know? And it's very easy like that when something's really good. It's easy to go, well, they could have done this and they could have done that. But like, how much?
But exactly, I'm not saying. If they'd have shot it a different way, because I'm not sure if I fully remember that, but I think it gives you then 2 shots. When he pulls up at the start, and then he pulls up in the exact same way at the end, and it's the brother, or the cousin, that's meant to be his character arc. Like a lot of movies do that. It's the first shot and the last shot are the same shot, and you get to see the progression of the main character. Okay. What they were like at the start as to what they're like now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really going all over
Yeah.
the beaten track.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, so he's the son of a preacher.
So Sammy, this is Michael B. Jordan's character. Sammy is the son of a preacher. Anyway, we'll forgo the beginning of what happens at the beginning that ends up being the end. But he's obviously the son of a preacher, but he works in the plantation. All his family seem to work in the plantation.
Yeah. So this is after slavery has been abolished, and
not in America.
Isn't that because I think they're just working there and they're just making no money?
Well, it's kind
because
of
they're getting paid.
Yeah, but they're getting paid pittance.
Yeah, that's what it was after.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Because after they abolished slavery, it was like, okay, you're all free now. What the hell are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So then you go working for the people, for your owners or the generous owners around town.
Yeah.
BPB.
Okay, is it? So yeah, maybe slavery has been. I don't know. I'm not really good with my timelines. I'm terrible.
But that was it, because remember you were saying, people are paying here with tokens.
Yeah.
He's like, we're trying to run a business. This ain't no house party.
That's a house party. So yeah, so they're basically, slavery's been abolished. We'll say, we'll have to fact check that one. And he's working on plantations, but he obviously has a love for music. But his father said that the devil music.
Yeah.
People that have talent, dance with the devil. It's the same with any kind of church thing. I think that was a thing for a good while, that they did think blues and all that was kind of the devil's music.
Yeah, people having fun.
People still do think that. Sure, even when Elvis, I know Elvis, that's controversial, but because people say Elvis robbed the blues off of black people.
I don't think he robbed it. He grew up in that.
Yeah, he grew up in that. Yeah, but people he made it. Do you know what I mean? People are saying he robbed it because he obviously played that and then he made it popular, but it was a white man making it onto the...
No, but that was his producers said that.
Oh, okay.
They said, it was something along the lines of, if you should show me a white person who can sing like a black man, I'll make millions.
Fair. So his dad's trying to stop him from doing the music, and then he's like, well, I have to play a gig tonight, I'm old enough now, and blah, 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 blah. And that's where the Stack twins come in, and they're opening their juke joint that night, and they happen to be cousins with Sammy, so they're going to get him to play.
Yeah.
At the
and they gave
show.
Sammy his guitar. I can't remember. They said he won it off some.
Before they left for Chicago, they gave Sammy, who was only young at the time. He was 7 years previous.
Yeah.
Was it leaving for Chicago or was leaving for the war? Because they fought in the war, as well. They said.
Well, it was after the war, and that's when the war was over. Slavery.
Huh?
The Civil War.
No, World War.
Or World War.
World War One. Because they said something with Germans.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
They really covered a lot in this movie.
A lot was covered in this film. My God. And the film's only based over one night. By the way, did we even say that?
Really like that.
Yeah. It was one night.
It was like, what a day in the life.
Yeah, because it was literally the end of the film started, and then it was just earlier that day.
Yeah, 24
I was like,
hours
what?
before.
It's literally really appreciate that, because you weren't following stuff for ages and trying to keep up. So much happened in 24 hours.
Yeah,
it's great.
Really threw you right into the flaws.
So Sammy.
So then they go and recruit more musicians, and they recruit people to work in the bar, people to work security.
Food, everything like that. And it was nice to see a diverse, not diverse cast, but as in it was nice to see, the local store in the kind of area was owned by Asian people, because to be honest, the white people won't be in that town probably.
Yeah.
It was a black town, so then the Asians, obviously, the Asian family as well, obviously will probably be cast out towards there as well, because they probably weren't accepted.
That's true.
Then. And then you saw kind of Haley Steinfeld, will you check that? Seinfeld. She's quite famous.
Wolf Haley. Oops, wrong button.
Haley, she should be there.
No, it's about Haley.
Hai.
Yeah,
Steinfeld. She is a white woman, but she in the film plays a mixed race girl.
The daughter.
In the film, she said her granddad is black.
I'll just start this again.
In the film, she says her grandfather is black or something.
Oh, and then he got off with her grandmother, obviously.
Yeah. So anyway, the way they said it works in the film,
But did he get chased out and then they raised her to say, or they married to say if the grandfather's like.
Yeah. So.
Otherwise, they were gonna kill him.
Yeah. So she is in the film. She is a white passing black person in the film.
Yeah.
And that just shows you as well, though, how like that she could get away with being white, but she was, if they had found out that she was of that black origin, she'd be lynched, like, or she would be like cast out to the black town or whatever. But then obviously during the whole course of the film, they're all the black people are looking at her going, "You're in the wrong place, miss." But in real life, Haley Steinfeld, I think she's like an 8th.
Okay.
Black as well. I think her grandfather is.
Oh, would that be the same?
Yeah, I think her grandfather or someone is African or her grandfather's Asian, and then that person's someone. It's whatever in her family. So she is technically, you could say, but to show you how far that's like that back in those days, no matter how far removed you were from your blackness, you were still seen as really black, which is so funny, like, because like everyone now would say, well, she's white, like, you know. So it just shows you how much of a difference it made to like your social status if people found out those things.
Yeah.
Hugely, like, you know, because even like that, when they were saying when she would go to the juke joint later, they were kind of like, you shouldn't be here and like whatever, and then she married a white man, and she was like, you know, that was for her to have a better life, was that she married someone white, like, you know, it was mad.
So then, at the same time, the other Stack twin goes and rekindles his friendship with the baby mama.
So sad.
That was very sad.
Also shows you how, because she is running her own kind of witchy kind of shop where people are giving her tokens and different things. So it also shows you how that's still around. You know, you start the film with like the church and God, but then you go down and you're in
their own faiths.
Their own faith, and how it's kind of pushed out into the forest, and how it's away.
But was that also like a food kitchen?
Yeah, kitchen store.
Because I think she was there to do the food for the opening night.
Yeah. So
and then.
Oh yeah, we find out. Because I was saying that with how they were going away, we find out that he previously has a child with this woman, the witch woman, that passed away. Very sad. Because then she's talking about, she's like, I kept you safe when you was away at war, like with all his necklace with the thing, and he goes, how come you couldn't save baby?
That's where the necklace came from. Okay.
She said it was silver, and I was like, and like little. That's why he pulled it off at the end.
What was it?
It was like remember she blessed the stuff in the shop. She's like, I have to do it up for you again. And she was like, this will protect you. So it was like the little thing he pulled off at the end.
Okay.
And that's why he... Because it was been protecting him the whole time.
So then, somewhere far away on the other side of town, Jack O'Connell is on the run, formerly... What was his name?
Remick.
No.
Oh.
From Skins.
Oh, Cook.
Cookie from Skins.
Just Cook, I think.
We call him Cookie.
Nice.
Cookie Monster. He's on the run.
And if you didn't know before the film, you should have known, because when he comes into the film, it's during the day and he's singeing in the sunlight.
But he's saying he's getting chased by the natives.
The Native Americans.
And, well, it is true.
Yeah.
But he happens upon this house.
Happens upon.
Well, I think it was convenience as much as anything.
I don't know.
And they open the door. And
you're right.
He sees in that they've got clan robes.
I didn't cop that at the time.
Did you?
No, I thought they were part of the Native Americans. I thought I saw feather.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't cop that at all.
And then he kind of taps into that I'm part of your team too. And then he gets in, he's like, I'm on the run by Chief. I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah.
He's like, don't tell him I'm in here. Keep me quiet. So then they bundle him into the back, and then a group. Is it a tribe of Indians?
It's a group.
Yeah, a collective of Indians.
Not Indians, Native Americans.
Okay, a collective of Native Americans.
Louis learning all about how to be.
I'm a child of the 50s. Rock up, and they're like, we're looking for someone. Has he passed through here? And the lady's like, no. And then she calls for her husband. She's like, nope, no one came here. Carl, come here. And then one of the other natives, he's like, the sun is going down, we better get out of here, get back to safety.
And I think I do think I won't be versed in Native American history, anything like that. I do think they believe, because like when you think about Twilight, the Native Americans were all there. They were the ones that were the werewolves, and they were all against vampires. I think they are very much, they do have a belief that is part of their heritage. They have a belief in vampires and like all this sort of night thing, and yeah, because it does pop up a good bit, yeah.
But I suppose over here we had like such a connection with the moon.
Yeah.
The sun.
Yeah.
Like all the Americans in Newgate. Well, obviously Newgate's passage lights up on the winter solstice.
Yeah, magic and all that. Like it's all very much, and like that's what I loved about the film as well, because it did tie into people's heritage, like and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, oh, we're just gonna take this. It was very, you feel from the film it was very much looked into.
Yeah,
especially with the Irish connection and the Native American connection, and obviously like the magic and the kind of, as they called it, Annie the witch woman, like their magic and their sort of culture and stuff like that. Yeah, it was very well looked into. So yeah, Jack O'Connell, off you go.
So then
the natives leave before sundown.
And she's calling for her husband, and then she goes looking for her husband, and we see Jack O'Connell with a face full of blood and a pocket full of tears.
And she's like, ah! And then
and
he's like, he's fine, bitch.
Yeah, and then he resurrects, blah blah blah. So then it ties.
Also love how they don't have to wait that long for them to resurrect, to be vampires.
To regenerate?
Yeah, I love that.
Why is that?
Other films, they take ages.
I find in the films that it takes ages. Excuse me. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes it's like 4 days, and then one of them is like 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Just whatever suits the plot. And
like,
you're just lying to me now. Like,
yeah, whereas they were all consistently,
a certain amount of time. And then... Is it before that when the witch lady, she says about how music can conjure up spirits and demons and transcend time, and it can bring back...
I think that's when they get there and they're setting it all up and it's getting all together and stuff.
Because then that's how the vampires are drawn there. He says, Jack O'Connell says, that's how he was drawn to the Juke Bar, was because he heard the music and he wanted to experience all the people that he's lost in his life, because they said that the vampires are so full of hate because their soul is stuck in this body and can't leave this world. Why wouldn't vampires just kill themselves?
I don't think they can.
They can't kill themselves?
I don't think so.
But why would you not just happily be slain and set free? You don't want to be set free? That's a curious one.
I don't know the answer to that now, Louis.
Yeah, sorry, I'm after it.
I know in Twilight they can't kill themselves.
Yeah.
A big love for Twilight. I love a vampire film.
What was it?
So yeah, so herself, Angie, is like...
When they rock up to the juke joint, and they're like, is it, we play music too?
Wait for a minute though, you skipped on ahead.
What is it?
Okay, you know one.
What is it?
No, I was thinking, I thought you were going in like sections, but you're talking about just this part in particular, sorry.
Yeah, when they rock up, and he's like, oh, we walked here from wherever. He's like, oh, but we play music too. This is Jack O'Connell and the two clan members. And then they all just harmonise. I was like, how did you all learn that on your walk over here?
Yeah.
just he's all learned a new song together and he's all played the banjo in harmony.
Yeah.
He's got really sharp with that. But then that is explained later that once you're in the vampire community, or once you become a vampire, all your emotions and all your memories and all your skills are shared. I thought that was an interesting take. I don't know if it's...
Is it just with the people though that have... Is it just with the person that's turned you though?
But did they not all... Like they'll all originate back to Dracula, say?
Okay, yeah.
And as well, it did their own take on...
The genre.
The myths.
Yeah.
And they were like, this bit's true, this bit's false. A cross won't do anything, they can't eat garlic. Was it silver?
Yeah.
They're allergic to. And a stake in the heart.
Yeah.
Oh, and they can't just come in willy-nilly. They have to be invited in.
Yeah.
So Jack O'Connell would have got invited in at the very start.
What do you mean?
To the clan member's house.
They did.
Yeah.
He was like, can I come in? And they were like, oh yeah, yeah.
But can you ask? Yeah.
You can ask. That's
you
what
just
they
have
do.
to have permission.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can ask to be invited in.
Yeah, you have to have permission to
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah.
Yes. So then they send them on their merry way. They're like, no, this isn't the right place for you. And then the one of them is like, maybe we should, because all we have in here is plantation money, and that's not sustainable.
So this is after the Duke joint had opened and started to do like well.
Check the comments.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh. DXR, what you mean? Vampires.
Where are we?
We're here. We've done those. We're talking about films. Eric Markison said hi. Eric, I think you're very obsessed with my nails and my rings. I don't know if you yeah, weird. Anyway, DXR, what do you mean vampires? Are they Irish? Are they reviewing films? Sinners. Hello. DXR, we are Irish. We are reviewing the movie Sinners that's in the cinema at the moment.
Yeah.
The movie.
Go check it out.
Go
Highly
check it
recommend
out.
if you are old enough to go see it.
Yeah, we're Irish, and yes, we are reviewing the film. Eric Markison, beautiful concentration to your nails. Said hi, beautiful attention to your nails and rings. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for going on about my nails and rings. Thank you. The Don Dahi, you up the parish.
You up the parish, Don Dahi.
Who is that?
Who?
I just want to know who it is.
Don Dahi, obviously.
The Don.
No, Don.
The Don. Yeah, I just don't know if it's someone you know if he's saying you up the parish.
No, it's not someone I know.
It's not someone I
Could
know.
be someone you know. If
Okay.
you're watching along, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you've any... The King. The Don. The King. Don Dahi, where are you from? Where are you tuning in from?
Yeah, we're answering questions and stuff right now, so you might as well like type in. That goes out to you, DXR, as well.
Do you want to check to see if you've any updates as to your visitor?
Oh yeah. Louis, that's on.
Dirty Dublin. Dirty Dublin is right. The rocky road to Dublin.
Oh yeah.
No?
No.
We could get a visitor on the couch at any minute.
She will not partake.
No. She. If you think some of my terms are out there.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions, guys. We've so much still to talk about though with this. I feel.
Yeah.
But it's hard to hold off.
It's up to you.
Well, we're not going to just cut mid.
Like, you can finish it later.
Could you?
Yeah, we'll go till she gets here.
Did you just snap your boxers on yourself?
No, I hit my elbow.
Oh.
Can you start that timer again, please? Are you texting?
No.
I don't even know how to text anymore. Another one.
So yeah, you've skipped ahead in the I was going with the storyline, so
But I think it's...
Yeah,
Have I
you'll-
missed out any major plot points?
maybe see, I'm maybe thinking I'm ahead of myself. So basically, the vampires showed up. Remick and the two things showed up because Sammy sang songs. And then they had this mirage vision thing of all the ancestors. So like that, this is the showing the point of sometimes the music can, as much as it brings on the good spirits and all that, it can also bring up the bad ones.
Yeah.
So that's all probably.
So then they get turned away because they say it's because of their race, and then some of the people inside, well, some of the sort of major players are saying, well, look, we're only spending plantation money at the minute, and that's just not sustainable. Some people are playing with tokens that you can reimburse in like the white people shops, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have a bit of a mini meeting about that where they say like, this is not a house party, this is a business. If we want, we're not here for just the fun of it.
Yeah.
This has to be sustainable, otherwise it can't continue.
Yeah.
So then, what's the...
Were they looking at the money? Were they doing well, or did I take
No,
that up
no,
wrong?
he
Oh,
took it wrong.
I took up wrong then.
Because he said the numbers are in. We can do this for 2 months and then we're broke.
Oh, I never copped that.
He said if we sustain what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, oh yeah, one of them says, no, we need. They seem like decent people. They don't seem like the bad type, and they just want to have fun, and they've got money as well, and we need their money. And he says, but yeah, that's all well and good until someone stares at his girl for too long, or he
spills a drink on someone, or steps on someone's shoes, or...
And then it all kicks off, and then you'll have the clan turn up, essentially. Yeah. So then they have a review of the accounts, and then, what was the lady's name? Helen?
Huh?
What was the actress?
Haley Steinfeld.
Mary. She says, well, because she could pass as a white lady. She's like, I'll just go, and maybe they haven't walked too... Because they say that. I said, we'll walk up to the nearest town, but we won't walk too fast. Yeah. So she says, I'll go and talk to them and suss them out. So she...
Now, my first red flag there, they were literally 2 feet away. They were literally... The barn ended here. They were sat on the log there. Like, they were beside the cars.
But what's the red flag? They wanted to come in.
Yeah, but my red flag was, they were like, we'll walk. But they were just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just like...
So then she goes, has a chat with them, gets a bit spooked, and then starts to walk back to the bar, and then over her shoulder you just see Jack O'Connell ascend into the sky. Then cut, she comes in. Oh, so she was the ex of the other twin.
She was the ex of...
Physical, like a lover. She wanted more, but that was all he could commit to. Yeah. So then she...
went to the door.
Yeah.
And this is before anyone has kind of sussed out any spookiness or like stuff like that. Because at this time, a lot of them don't believe in that. Not that they don't believe in that stuff, but like... There's suppose the thing they're most scared of at that moment is probably a white person coming in. Yeah. You know, that seems like the biggest threat.
Demons and spirits wouldn't have been top of the...
No, I wouldn't have thought a demon or a spirit would be the top of my agenda right now anyway. Either.
But then that was it as well. I think it was always... that was one of the subtexts was that we're past... We've modernised. We've moved away from spirits, and we've got financial problems. Yeah. We've got other different problems. Yeah. So then Mary she asked to be let back in. So they're like, oh yeah, of course, Mary, you've been here all night. So she's coming back in. Then she ramps it up. This is where vampires being sexy, and she is all over.
And what I love as well is, sorry, I'm picking my nails as we're doing here. They're just in bits. I need to redo them. What I love is you actually see how even she walks, like when she walks back into that room, you see the difference in her walk, and you're like, you can tell she's a vampire, because vampires are just, they're that little bit sexier, there's that little bit smoother, they're that little bit more confident. Like she was would have been confident. You saw that from the other ones, but everything's just amped up that little
But-
bit more.
Like when she was at the train station earlier, she had like that prim and proper persona,
Yeah,
whereas this was more lust.
sexy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then, I mean, if he's gonna put it on offer like that, he's gonna take advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed the bit where your mum and
And we don't need to. You should just crop that.
lick it like you lick that ice cream
Yeah.
of a Sunday after church.
We're
Not
won't
too
go into it.
hard, not too soft.
We won't go into it anyway. But so she goes to her ex-lover and she tells them, the vampire. No, she didn't say vampire. She's like, my friends now, they've just like given us this money and it's like gold or whatever. And she's like, I mean, they're good for it if we just let them in. So that's kind of forgotten about. They decide to dabble with each other in their various ways, and they go to a back room to
get it on.
And everyone else is still out having their party. Cool.
And then who tries to come in?
So then,
Is it Jack O'Connell trying to come in again?
no.
Because they're like, go get your brother. Go get my brother.
Is it not the fella on the door?
I don't think so, because I think he goes for a pee and then it's ages before he comes back. I think that's later on.
No, but I think he went for a pee.
No, because your man gets killed in the meantime.
Who?
Michael B.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your man goes for a pee after Haley Steinfeld. Steinfeld comes in, doesn't he?
Yeah. But then someone tries to come in and they're like, no, get your brother. And then he goes in and he's making the beast with two backs. Is it Jack O'Connell again?
No, he doesn't come back to the door.
Does Haley not say they're good? Does Mary not say they're...
Yeah, but they don't try and come back. What happens there? Maybe we should just end the stream. And we'll come back to it when we look it up. Oh.
Is she here?
No.
I can't remember.
Can we look it up real quick?
I don't know how you-
Wikipedia. Just look on Wikipedia and I'll go through the plot.
Right, I'll interact.
You talk to the people.
You look on your phone. Look on your
Okay.
phone. I'm gonna stop this. Stop this. I don't really don't watch it. Ugh.
That's really, it's going to be something stupid. I bet you're right.
Chris Brown, LVD for Prez. I tried to go for Prez before, it didn't really work. You look at your plot. You're on Choopy.
It's not working.
La 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 la.
It's in Mississippi, yeah.
Are you two planning?
What?
I'm from Dublin myself, lol. I've been to Dublin. Wouldn't advise it. Go to Galway if you're planning to come to Ireland. Are you two planning on watching Gabe Horn coming out in movie soon? I'll tell you, you find the plot.
I'm looking at it.
Have you ever seen Gabe Horn? Would you like to watch Gabe Horn?
No.
Very good. That's our cute exit. That's it for now.
We'll be back.
I'll be back. Like Arnie.